Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. What's going on, guys? Previewing the week ahead, about to look at the teams. I haven't checked them yet, so I'm a little nervous. I'm hoping Zeeble gets named. I'm hoping for a couple of rookies to return. Just give me no carnage, because I've got a sexy little 5-trade plan over the next couple of weeks that I just want to put out. No dramas, no chaos, please, SuperCoach gods, and I'll be a happy guy. But yeah, Ripper live sesh last night, guys. Thanks for everyone who got involved. It was it was so good. Like, probably the biggest live session ever. At one point there was 120 of yous on there, so I just really wanted to thank you all for jumping on board. If you were there the whole time, if you're there for 10 minutes, thanks very much. I really enjoy doing them. And to be honest, if Shorty's being real, yesterday was a bit flat. It was just one of those days where I was, worked and got home, and I was just sort of struggling for the vibe. Just those days, just every now and then you just have those days where you're a little bit off, and I was like, fuck, this is a bit of a struggle today. But doing the live session with you guys really gave me that pick me up, and just talking to you funny bastards and answering your questions. I logged off after the quiz and I was like, you know what, I'll feel a bit better now. So I do appreciate your support and getting around it, so thank you very much. But how about Tassie, hey? Getting that Tassie side. Pretty cool. I must admit, I've been a big fan of Tassie getting a side for ages. But there was that little Supercoach guy in my head just going, oh no, we're going to have a fucking bye. Like, this is 5 years away. And I'm thinking, we're going to have a goddamn bye. This is going to be a nightmare. But it's going to be great for Tassie. Getting that comp. More national now. They deserve a team. So I was stoked to see them in there. Now, please cross our fingers here. I'm going to mainly talk about, I'll show you because I took some notes from the live sesh. There's a bit of my trade plan. Get rid of that. It's not relevant. A couple of guys I'll talk about. It's not even on there, but Simpson and Angwin just goes without saying to talk about them. Sincotta is a lock. We all know that. So, yeah, I just wanted to... There are a few takeaway points from the live sesh. So... Please, for the love of God, be good to me teams. Please. Nothing too crazy there, as expected. Tyler Sonsie getting omitted. I'm actually a bit of a rap for him, but... and Cumberland, how does he get omitted? What does he not do? Because, man, he looks good. Rory Laird, all this sort of doubt and concern, he still keeps playing. Come on. Somebody just come back for me. Nah, nothing. Oh, old mate Sammy Flanders comes into the team. Lockie Weller injured. That'll hurt a few. Even with Lockie Weller out, fucking Constable can still not get a go. What have we got here? Man, I had it here like Tim, and I thought, what the fuck is Tim English out? Because that little fucking traders icon nearly had me rattled there. Liberatore comes back, so I'll be really interested to see how Bailey Smith goes with Libra in the side. I'll be really interested to see. Corey Wagner, is there any danger of you getting a fucking game, mate? Man, you're killing me, bro. But at this point, no carnage, so shorty, chill, bro. North Melbourne will be the teams that really could get interesting. So Davey comes back, but I'm presuming that's extended bench. Cox is back, so that's handy for the Pies. So here we go. Please be good to me. Good boy, Jackie's evil. Has been named for now. Will Phillips, is there any danger you could get on an extended bench? For fuck's sake. Blake Jury's in. That'll be exciting for a few, because he just seemed to be that token 102k guy. So he looks like he gets a game. But look, Zeeble in the team for now. Happy days, I guess. Happy days. So, look, LDU named. For a lot of people were asking about him. What do you do? Look, it's pretty simple. If he's named, which he is, you keep him. If he's not, then you trade him. So it's one of those pretty simple ones. Guys that I reckon are worth trading in, Sicily, Sinclair at really nice prices, Sammy Walsh, Darcy Parish at nice prices. If you want to get Petrarca before he absolutely goes boom, understandable. Cornelio, fantastic price. Jack Steele, obviously a ripper price, but not going to move too much. He's got a break even of 126, so you can afford to get him next week. I've got Lockie Neal on the radar, Jordan Dawson on the radar with high-ish break evens. Like, they can get him, of course, but They're a couple of guys that I'm looking to get in my team. So the first thing you got to do this week is bring in Sincotta. It's an absolute no-brainer. So he has to come into your side. And then it's a real question of, well, who... Oh, what have I done here? Then it's a real question of who the hell else do we have? And it is Simpson and Angwin. Now, hand up, I haven't seen Ryan Angwin play too much. I believe he's a wingman. He scored like 62 and 42. Where's he been named? He's been named on the wing. So, look, I think he's the sort of guy that's not really going to be a consistent scorer. Could he have some good job security? And then versus Sam Simpson, he is probably a better scoring option. You got to pay about 40k extra, but he is on a use-by date because once Stengel returns, Simpson will no doubt go. So you really just got to weigh up that of how far away Stengel is, and the last I heard, I feel like it was 3 or 4 weeks, so you might get 120k out of it if you're lucky. You could get 60. He's not really... A few people are like, oh, do I use a trade boost to get him? Nah, not for me. Not for me. I don't think... medium term. What the fuck is that? Geelong Footy Club. Estimated return, mate. What are you hiding from? Give me a friggin' weeks, mate. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, look, Angwin and Simpson, they're like your C grade rookie options. They might seem like B grade or B plus because there ain't much else, but you know there ain't too many good options. So let's not sugarcoat it. They aren't good options, but they are about all we've got as well. Drury comes in, gives us something to think about. A couple other guys I'll mention in a moment, 2 guys that I think we have to give one more week to decide upon, but could be handy options. In terms of Soligo, I'm not too enthused about him. I'd probably be more enthused about someone like Braden Fiorini. I think they're similar prices. 361, I think Fiorini's maybe 337. Yeah, 337. So I don't mind Fiorini, particularly with that opportunity in the guts there at the Suns. So my trade plans at the moment, downgrade this week, Sincotta. Probably Liam Jones goes down. And then I think I'm going to go Hopper to Jack Steele this week. And then next week, I will have opened up enough cash to go McKenna to Dawson. And then probably Ashcroft to Lockie Neal. And I'm just going to leave one trade just in the mix in case Rory Atkins does have a second week or a second good week. Originally, I was thinking, let's just do the 2 downgrades this week and then go whack with 3 upgrades next week. Just sounded kind of cool in my head, but Hopper break even in 90. He's done his job. So I think that's the way I'm looking at it. But let's have a chat about Ivan Soldo and Rory Atkins. 2 sort of interestingly priced but tempting guys. So you've got Soldo at 297, and I'm way more excited about Rory Atkins. He had 26 touches last week. There's opportunity. He's a reliable guy. 203k defense mid. I'll look at him more. Now, Soldo, 297, ruck forward. Yep, great flexibility there. He's going to soul ruck. He hasn't had that opportunity too many times. He's never really shown much of an opportunity to score. Start of 2020 was pretty handy. But realistically, we don't have too much to bank on. He's had his days, he's had his moments, but 297 off 1 week, off an 85? People are saying, bringing him in. No way. No way am I bringing him in this week. Don't get me wrong, if he comes out next week, scores 107, all right, Shorty's listening, but we get 2 looks at him before the price moves. Let's not go crazy here. He's a prime example of we need to look at him twice. And need I give you another example? Like, sometimes it just pays to have that second look. And I know Horn Francis has played some better footy since round 2, but you'd be stupid to not have 2 looks at it. Look at that. Round 1. Oh, Horn Francis, 348. Got to get him in. He scored 136. Next week, 45. And then he hasn't turned up since. He's been solid. But yeah, come on, man. We got to give Soldo a second look. Rory Atkins, again, let's have another look at him. You know, it's the SuperCoach gods, they're looking after us, mate. You don't have to make a call for 2 weeks, so let's not. 203, again, 89. It was even, you know, you could argue, you know, when you ton up in AFL fantasy, 11 marks, just didn't bother laying a tackle either. So he's the sort of guy that I reckon he could average above 80 for at least 4 to 6 weeks. But fuck me, I ain't getting him yet. You know, let's hold our horses. I'm you know, waiting for sure. But I do prefer him as an option. And again, you might say, well, surely his scoring history ain't that good either. But I just think, you know, we've seen him, when given opportunity, actually play a reasonable wing role and sort of be that fluky kind of dude who just ends up with 23 touches somehow and like kicks a random goal. Like, he's just that sort of a guy. So, I definitely prefer Atkins, but more than happy to just let these fellas run around for a second week, and that's exactly what I'll be doing. Let's assess it in a week's time. Sicily versus Sinclair. I prefer Sicily, but only just. I think both of them should be in your team by the end of the year, ideally in the next 4 to 6 weeks. In terms of VC and C, it's tough. Like, my eye originally just goes to Oliver VC, Tim English C. Like, it's pretty boring. Part of me wants to almost go Taranto against the Eagles, but yeah, I'm still not sure. One thing I would say is let's not go Dacos, because he might be one you could put the VC on, but after last week and the fact that I can only presume Ryan Clark is still in that team, and he can definitely do a defensive job. Is he even in the team? Yeah, there he is, half forward. So, yeah, we got to be mindful of that. So I certainly wouldn't want you to put the C on Dacos and then see Clark hang around for him the whole day, and Dacos only gets you 70. So, but yeah, otherwise, this is the sort of stage where I know we can get a little bit nervous. There's not many rookies. Who the hell am I downgrading to? I'm getting nervous. They will show themselves. They will. It might take a little bit of time, but let's just stick to the plan, stick to the straight and narrow, upgrade, downgrade, try and get as many premiums as you can. Sam Walsh, a bit of a sneaky premium. I don't know if I mentioned him either. Could be unique, really good option. And, you know, let's keep our options open down the track. Callum Mills, once he gets back in the midfield, could get defender status, nice price. Even someone like Bailey Smith, I mentioned him before. Keep an eye on him. So just a couple of left field guys that not as many are talking about. Zach Merritt should work into a reasonable price in a couple of weeks too. So yeah, a couple of names just to think about. I'm going to whip this one out anyway, and you can see my final trades for this week in a bit of a clearer dynamic on TikTok in about an hour or so. But yeah, thanks again for all the support. I'll be back. What will I be back? Sunday night, talking a bit of a review for me SuperCoach. Catch you then. Cheers.